Oh,
Yeah, you gotta do it
shit.
again.
Good Evening News podcast. Take one, because it's the only take we're doing.
Nick, you want to explain what this is?
We are, I am a producer of Good Evening News.
This is
My
Nick
name-
Cox, everybody.
This is Nick Cox.
Yeah, I'm their cousin. I'm their cousin, not to be confused with another guy named Nick that has something to do with the show, but he's like a different guy.
Different
That
side of
is
the
a
family.
different guy.
Different side of the family, but also both of their families.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a different guy. He is
He's
also
on our
involved in the show.
Yeah, he's on our cousin's side, and
Mhm.
But
He's on our,
Nick's just our cousin.
on our
Yeah.
cousin's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not to be confused with Nick Cox.
hmm
Yeah.
The man behind the show. We
Mhm,
couldn't do it
mhm.
without him.
Yeah.
hmm
And this is Michael Bigham
hmm Hey,
And-
I'm the only guy with shoes on.
and John Timmons.
yeah.
I'm John Timmons.
You guys might know us by our stage names.
I'm Mikey Biggs.
Jack Timmons.
Yeah, but that's this
This-
is who we are
This
every
is
other.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
You wouldn't believe it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And he says it.
He's a different guy off stage. He does say it.
hmm yeah.
Um,
I've been working out.
Yeah.
Pretty much do whatever I want.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little Good Evening News podcast. This is a beta edition. We're going to do the first. We're going to figure it out as we go along.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh,
More like
but yeah.
Alpha Edition.
Alpha, shut up.
You guys mind if we do a podcast?
We really appreciate it if we could do a little podcast.
just do a podcast?
Only for betas.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. This
Uh,
goes
Why
out to all
have
the
to be
day
Jewish?
ones. This podcast is for the day ones, the ones who,
The ones that believe in one day. You know what I'm saying?
Pooter, Gentry.
Mm-hmm.
Gentry.
Yeah, did you know, there's
All
two
those guys.
pooters.
There's two Pooter. Well, one he explained it one time.
He
Or
said
or she.
only one can fill out a captcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I don't
that
know what a
means.
captcha is.
I know what a cap.
I don't like the sound of
What is
that.
it?
It's the thing whenever you
The
have
robot test. You never passed one.
to like. Oh, you're a robot.
You're a
That's
robot,
A shame.
dude.
I didn't know that's what that was called.
Yeah, he said only one could. But it's like, what is there a bot watching our live stream and commenting on it every week? What the fuck does that mean?
That
Yeah.
would be so funny if they just set up a bunch of bot accounts to comment on the live stream.
Maybe it's like
Yeah.
a targeted thing. They think we're like susceptible to propaganda.
Oh, maybe, but they
Oh.
haven't done it yet. Now, so
yeah,
so
they're priming
they're
us.
priming us by just saying show prep gang every
yeah.
week.
Yeah, they're getting in our heads.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, that would be crazy if you're watching this and you didn't. But the Good Evening News is a ostensibly it's a news parody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In reality, it's more of a
It's the actual news.
it's
Yeah.
the real news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're telling you what they're afraid to.
We have to
Yeah.
frame it as a joke, so
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you
keep
if
the eyes
you
off.
yeah, if you like whippets, you love Good Evening News.
Exactly. And Good
It
Evening
is
News
for you.
happens every Tuesday night at 10 at the Sunset Strip Comedy Club here
Yes, it
in
does.
lovely Austin, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And
And it's live streamed on this channel.
yeah, and
is
we're all
cool.
there every week. And
Well, you're
so-
not.
I'm not. Well, no, I'm there. I'm behind the scenes.
He watches. He makes sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah. So actually, a lot of the times it doesn't run smoothly, but that part isn't my fault.
That
Yeah.
is- nope, it's not.
Well-
That's a different producer.
You got a lot of plates to spin.
Yeah, a lot of plates to spin, and none of them are the plates that are responsible for like the projector working or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, that's
That's a different guy.
Yeah.
That's a totally different guy.
That's our other cousin.
Yeah.
He's-
But yeah, so we're gonna talk about. So today is June 2nd, 2024, and we're gonna talk. Is that right?
yeah,
the
it's
second.
It's the second.
And the next show is on the 4th. But today we're gonna talk about some of the bits from last week's show, which was on May 28th.
Yeah. And we're gonna try and keep doing this. We do this every week. Is
Yeah,
that-
we should just do it weekly. It seems like it'd be pretty
kinda
easy.
do it.
Sounds like we probably have to
Yeah.
keep up
Yeah.
with the show.
Yeah, it's kind of the rules.
Yeah, kind of do a war room meeting on the
Yeah,
show before.
more like a whole room meeting.
Yeah, come on.
Let's
Yeah,
get things
let's get the
going.
Yes.
whole room.
Let's get the
going.
ladies in here.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
No, seriously.
but so yeah, so we'll talk about some of our little biddies.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what? Since it's the first one, should we do a tiny little bit of like history of the show?
Ooh, I like
Oh,
that.
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
So
I could use that honestly.
so we've been this iteration of the show. Like the current iteration of the show has been going for like just over a year. We
Mhm.
started at the like beginning of May
Yeah.
and 23.
Mhm.
Yes.
Jordan year.
Yeah.
Jordan year.
Jordan
Mhm.
year.
Yeah.
It's right around
Yeah.
my birthday.
Now we're in a Kobe year.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are in
Um,
a Kobe year.
Yeah, that's why we've been on our Mamba mentality, doing shit like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of it, I'm sure it'll be a fiery crash.
Yeah.
Fucking disaster.
So we're on our Kobe shit right now.
It's 5 a.m. right now.
And by Kobe shit, we mean getting away with it. And,
By it, we mean gay porn.
Yeah, forcing
what-
pictures of dicks and balls on people.
yeah.
We're gonna be caught doing that, and we're gonna have to change the time of the show to 8 o'clock.
I do love that the show is like a free still, and it's a lot of people in the audience are like, well, it's a free show. What's the worst that could happen?
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of gay porn.
Yep. Pretty cool.
The
Forced
most
to see gay
offensive
porn.
comedy show you've ever seen is the worst that could happen.
It is interesting how it's somehow offensive while also like not really. Well, not no one. Usually, an offensive comedy show has people trying to be like cool.
Yeah.
They're like, "That's right, motherfucker." Good Evening truly is people. It's offensive because they tried to come up with a bit in the last day,
Yeah.
and they were like, "I don't know, man, just put a dick in it." Like that's really what how
Right.
it basically works.
And they start with like a really honest
Yeah.
idea that they believe in. So there's like something wholesome about it.
I do feel partially responsible for that because on one of the very first shows, I was actually on one of the very first shows, not the current, not the other Nick. I was on one of the very first shows, doing a character was bits from the sewer.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
And-
rat.
Oh, those were
yeah,
amazing.
sewer news.
Yeah,
You may be asking yourself, what does rat even mean? It's 3 simple letters. R for resourceful, A for attractive, and T for titillating.
I did some of those early on, and I put a bunch of hentai in it,
Yeah, you did.
and that was
Yeah, you
like
did.
the
It was
second
like,
show.
It was like there's a lot of alligators down there, and then it was just like
dicks and stuff.
alligators.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. So because
Cartoon alligators.
That
Yes.
was my favorite bit I think we've ever done.
Well, I think that was the first time I realized that there wasn't anyone who said we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then it really opened the floodgates.
Yeah, it really did.
Right.
And it's
yeah.
and some might suggest it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah,
at
no.
this point.
It goes back and forth. Right now, we're in a nice trend where it's like, okay, it's pretty tame, and then every now and again there'll be a week where an episode, every segment in there is like, let's see how many dicks I can put on a Google
Yeah.
slide.
Well, it
Which is-
became,
there's
like,
something beautiful about
Part of the
that.
understanding of what it was. I've heard people comment on other people's segments like it was pretty good, but I don't think they get the show. There was no gay porn or anything, or they didn't call Jack gay. It's like they've never been here. It's,
Yeah, no one was accused of being a pedophile, and the lack of gay porn really was not sitting right with me.
yeah.
It is funny how that is absolutely a part of it too. Is like it's like for people who are new, if they're like, I just don't know about my band, I'm like, just as a failsafe, make sure that you called Jack like a gay pedophile and talk about he has a dog wife, stuff like that.
Yeah. There is something to it. You kind of notice through the history of the show, you start to see that the things that do the best are just pictures. I mean, the less words you put on something, and the more you just put a picture up. And
Yeah.
then, you guys know. I mean, like
Yeah.
the Necromancer Nick, any segment that he does is like there's always like I don't know, what's like where you take a word and then you break down each letter in it.
Acronym?
Yeah.
Is that right? Acronym?
Acronym.
A bust down.
A bust down.
Yeah.
And then do
he
pictures.
busts it down and then does some pictures.
Yeah. Anyways, the history of the show is pretty. You can go watch it.
Yeah, we did. Well, I should say though, it was for last year. It's been at Sunset Strip, and then prior to that, what was it like 8 months or something? It didn't
I
exist.
think it was 8 months. It was off the books.
Yeah, and then before that, there was like 6 months or so at the Creek,
6 months at the Creek.
Yeah.
and
they
that
won it
was
back.
on Mondays at 7. And,
Mondays at 7.
and it sucked.
It sucked ass.
yeah.
Some might say
We didn't
It's-
have.
it sucked. Well, the one thing is it had phenomenal production.
Yeah.
that-
Oh, it was so
but which it would have been phenomenal if it was the kind of show that you could like rely on people to have anything prepared like far
Yeah.
enough in advance to make
at
that
all.
worth the producer's time.
Yeah.
But it isn't, and now we've embraced it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have embraced it.
And that seems
Well, there's
it's
more.
just-
People could prepare more now.
people can prepare more now, but they also like now like it's well. First off, it's worth preparing more because before there would truly be no one there.
No, it'd just be the people waiting to go up. would go sit in the back and watch each other.
Yeah, there was like 3 people in a room that sees 200.
Yeah.
There would be about 10 people waiting for Kill Tony to start, and then they would leave halfway through the show.
Exactly.
One of I got in trouble at that one when it was at the Creek because somebody left a 2-star review because they showed up to Good Evening News at 7 p.m. on a Monday and said. It's also funny to leave a review on a club based on a show that it happened at 7 p.m. on a Monday.
Yeah. This one wasn't as good as I thought the other one.
They literally like the service was fine. The news show was a dud. Maybe it was just an off night. 2 stars.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe Good Evening News. Is it's the kind of show where when you walk into it, you feel like the door was like accidentally left unlocked.
Yeah.
Like we were in there doing it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. So that was tough when it was there, and then it disappeared, and then did you see Stamptown whenever?
I still haven't seen Stamptown.
So right when you guys like were starting to talk about like doing it at Sunset,
Mm-hmm.
that was like right before that it was Moon Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Moon Tower and I saw Stamptown. And for anyone who was watching, if you guys don't know what Stamptown is, they tour all over. Go if they come near you, go see it. It's like a variety show, and it's fucking chaos. And like the whole time, there are all these different characters that are nuts, and then there's like it's sort of. I don't know. It was very like inspiring to see like people just fucking commit to insane characters and like be like sometimes the bits are funny because they have funny jokes. Sometimes the bits are funny because it's like situational. Sometimes it's funny because it's just making people so overwhelmingly uncomfortable and leaning into it so hard that everyone comes around to being like maybe they're geniuses.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this woman just took a raw steak out of what was supposed to be her vagina. And got naked and then is murdering it with a hammer on stage while they play baby crying sounds to suggest she's murdering a baby she just birthed. It was bananas.
They did that on Stamptown?
Yeah.
That sounds like perverts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it's so sick.
Yeah.
It's like that. The way I just described it makes sense. It was awesome. And every time I've seen that,
Sounds
it's been
awesome.
super fun.
Yeah.
But I saw Stamptown right before the first one at Sunset, and I was like, okay, that's what I want to like. Any characters or anything, like I want it to be like so committed to being insane that's the whole goal.
That's the whole damn thing.
And I got super stoked about it. So that's why I was super pumped when it came back because I saw Stamptown. I was like, oh yeah, I think like this kind of comedy is the funniest. And then it was like immediately there's an outlet for it again, which was cool.
Stamptown fucking rules. I watch the clips sometimes.
Yeah, Zach Zucker is so fucking
Zach
funny.
Zucker's so fucking funny.
I was so pumped. I got
He's a gay guy.
He's a bisexual guy.
I
Yeah.
thought he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
With that?
You pumped you got a chance? What are you doing?
He's a bisexual guy? I'm not pumped I got a chance.
Yeah.
Finally
I mean,
get a chance to,
Oh yeah, so they started at Sunset and and it's cool. It's been a whole year this time. And I feel like since so many people like get it and understand the vibe of it now, like it's basically, I mean, you guys just have to book it and then have have the headlines ready, and then the rest of it kind of just goes, right?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's become less and less on us to make it good. We just
you can tell.
It's just more and more on Sunset to not book a show at 9.
yeah.
It's just more.
What sucks now is like we've started late so many times that people will not show up until 10:20 anyways.
Yeah, no, truly, because I'll go out there whenever the anthem is happening. I'm like, damn, no one's here, and then by the time that Necromancer Nick comes out after the headlines, there's
by the way,
there- at
how
least-
great is that guy?
that guy is a hoot and a half.
Oh man, he's good.
He's
but
alright.
there are twice as many people in there every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10, 15 minutes.
but then you say that like they know or something. But then when we ask them who's been there before, it's always a fresh crowd almost. I keep
it's always
thinking
like
it-
half and half.
That's
Or
funny.
It's less than-
two thirds
yeah.
new.
Yeah, Mikey was gone. You were gone this week.
Mhm.
There were so many more regulars there. There were maybe like only
Oh really?
yeah. When we
Oh,
were
there
like,
were a
hey,
lot.
who's
There were
who's never
more.
been here? There was like maybe like 5 people that were like, yeah,
But it was all people who had been there.
yeah,
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
a
It
good sign.
is.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, in a perfect world, you'd be getting a lot of people who new people too. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The one time. Yeah.
There was a good turnout though this week.
Uh-huh.
What was there, like 30?
30
something?
some.
That's
Yeah.
what we need. We just needed to get the right group in there to come back. because we kept getting groups, and then it was people who were just like, I'm never coming back.
You do have to be able to embrace the clusterfuck that the show is.
Yeah.
You have to be in there, like, in the right mindset.
It's fun being well aware of what the show really is in essence, and then seeing some of the new faces out there be like, you know, like a group of 5 people who are there to visit their daughter or granddaughter at UT.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's
And
when you see those people
to
coming.
give
Like,
Voodoo Donuts and thought we'd kill an hour at this free show.
Yeah.
And the
And-
first thing
What's up, retard? Welcome to Gay Town.
that one gets
turn the
tough.
computer on and there's a fucking giant dick on it.
Yeah, so that one's tough. But yeah,
I think that's it. Kylie, she said that we have a when we asked them who was new, all of them cheered, and then we talked as if they weren't. You know, we've been doing the show long enough that no matter if they're new or not, we kind of just treat it like they're like, well, we got a bunch of inside jokes, and we're gonna we're gonna pretend like you just know what we're talking about.
yeah,
anyway.
it'll be like, hey, have you been
so
here
it's
before? And
almost
they're-
no use even asking.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not.
It's almost like a slap in the face. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you never been here? All right, well,
yeah, because
Yeah.
you say, have
here's
you
a
been here
callback
before?
to 6 months ago.
You've
Yeah,
never
they
seen
say
this,
no,
that
and
sucks.
you say, okay, well, remember last week?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of like
maybe we should stop asking. Just go into the
No.
show.
Well, I think that also something that this can all get cut out too, but like something like that we talked about was that like, it seemed like a big thing of the show for a long time has been like breaking down what the show is
Mhm.
when it starts,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's like they'll get it,
yeah.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So
it's
also-
almost more fun that way.
Yeah, because also if you break it down too much to what it actually is, it sounds bad.
Yeah.
So it's like-
oh, it sounds bad?
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what it is. Anyways, let's talk about this past week's show. Let's talk about the
Oh, it was a
May
good one.
28th edition of Good Evening News.
Just for reference, Mikey was as sick as a dog this week. So he
Yeah,
did
so
not.
this is a funny week to start because he wasn't actually there. But we've just brought him up to speed with the replay of the
I
live
watched
stream.
about 7 minutes worth of it, so I've got some stuff to say.
No, you saw more than 7 minutes because the fucking intro was more than 7 minutes.
Yeah, I watched that.
Our very own the intro was done by a couple of Good Evening News regulars and also people who work at Sunset and the people who run Absolute Show too.
The what?
Which is it was Colton Jones and Ike Rafferty, and they did a bunch of song parodies for the national anthem.
This is Bruno Mars if he was a white supremacist. This song for them white girls with a white man and white kids. All right, okay. That's...
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Every week starts with a national anthem, if you don't know, by the way, and the national anthem can be anything. It's whatever's in
But
your
the
heart.
national anthem.
I did the actual national anthem.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, have we done it? Okay, I wasn't sure if
Or
we'd
Nick
ever-
Romancer
No,
Nick
no,
did
you did, and then you turned it into a
It turned into Twist by Korn.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that was cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's good. Close call.
That,
Yeah.
You know, that gravelly beatbox thing he does in Korn.
Mhm.
Yes.
That rules.
It was
and,
a
and
really
I, and I
funny-
did a bunch of Hans, and I made this bit for Necromancer Nick. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah, Nick writes a lot of the bits for
Yeah.
Necromancer Nick.
yeah, and
It was, that bit's funny
a
because
real lazy
I
guy.
remember watching it and I was like, that idea is so fucking funny, and then seeing it go over everyone's head, and then still the commitment of doing it all the way.
well, it started with it was the regular national anthem,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just faded out, and then it was a bunch of Hans Zimmer blasts like from Christopher Nolan movies.
Oh, that's sick.
So it was like in the home of the. And it- Ba, ba, do, do, da, 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 da.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now I do remember it. That's great.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mhm.
But Ike this week though on the 28th edition, Ike and Colton
Mhm.
Yeah,
did a bunch of song parodies.
they did
Yeah.
almost
It's good.
for 15 minutes.
They did 15 minutes of
Yeah.
15-second long song
Yeah.
parodies, which comes out to what's 15? That comes out to about 60 song parodies.
About
Yeah, they
It
could
felt like-
they could have shaved it down a little bit, but from what I saw, it was very funny.
The
It
bit
seemed
being 15 minutes long was probably the only way it could have worked that well.
It was it's so funny too because I was like, "Hey, you should get on stage. They're already doing the anthem."
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh yeah, and you went up there and you had to sit in the back for 15 minutes.
You had a drink.
Waiting
Oh,
for the
I told you, because I saw you and you were like, hey, they're doing the anthem. I thought you were up there already. And I said, it's Ike and Colton. It'll go on forever.
Yeah, I couldn't have been. You were right.
You're
You're
right. I
right.
think I have
You're
time.
right.
They did 15 minutes.
Yeah, I really underestimated.
This is the week following some notes we made to probably be quicker up top to get
Well,
into the show.
because I was going to say we can't even really talk. We have a bad habit of dragging it out ourselves, but
Yeah, the notes weren't just quicker up top. The notes were quicker the whole time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Which it was. Everything was much faster and snappier about this show, with the exception of that, because with the exception of the national anthem, which went until 15 minutes in,
I think that's
the
they
whole
just did the full
show
version.
was an hour and 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is
really?
like- yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's way
Which
quicker.
is like better.
Which I want to say this as well. I've gotten several reviews on the week prior where Mikey and I just got fucking blackout drunk.
Everybody
for the
loved
show.
that.
Everybody loved
Everybody really liked that.
it. People were like, that
Which
was
is-
so funny.
That's so funny that
This
that,
is this
that
is
it
what
was
these are
funny.
what two alcoholics do here whenever people comment on their alcohol.
I do not remember that show.
Do not remember.
So many
There's a-
people have told me they loved it. I've had people I don't talk to at all come up to me and say that they were there for it. They really
Yeah.
enjoyed
I've
it.
had several of those, and I say, well, it's crazy. I don't remember that part of the show. And then I go, I don't remember that part of the show.
Yeah. Jack stood up after 2 hours. It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I say, sorry, guys. We didn't fill the full hour.
Yeah.
And
He goes, "You want to go over to
and
the
then
creek?"
as soon as not I, but the different guy
Necromancer
was like,
Nick.
"Hey, motherfucker! It was 2 hours long."
Yeah.
And then I said, it was my come to moment where I was like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah, but yeah. So that was the only like long segment this week. Sometimes people go long all the time.
Yeah.
Like there are certain
Yeah,
like,
Raymond Cabrera kind of
Well,
lives
last-
in that realm of going super long.
But Raymond went super. The last time was it 2 weeks ago that Raymond
Yeah.
went super long. That was actually really funny though.
It was.
Yeah,
Because
his
it
bit
was
was
somehow so
awesome.
endearing that he was like, "No, I'm sincerely telling you how to clean up your hard drive."
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
dressed
awesome.
up like Sonic.
yeah, just for no reason. That he was just. It was just because it was super fast.
Yeah,
it was gonna
super
make it so
fast.
fast. So Raymond rips
Sonic Speed.
Sonic
PC
Speed.
fit.
He's kind of the master of those bits where he just yeah. I remember one time, I think it was the week Jack was on vacation and Raymond came up and I don't remember even what I think he had planned a bit for Jack. He wasn't there. So me and Raymond just started YouTubing stuff. We did like Mac Miller Tiny Desk concert.
I remember
He
this.
played like half of it all.
Yeah.
And Jack called me, he got so upset.
I
Me
must
and
have
Raymond
been
were
out of
just
town or
I think you
something.
weren't there either. Yeah. And it's me and Raymond on stage just YouTubing things.
It's just like everyone
Like two
leaves,
guys
and then
hanging-
You're just like, all right, I guess we'll just play on YouTube.
Kind of just like two guys
Yeah.
kind of just two guys hanging
We
out.
literally did play. He played. I think I called because I was like, we had avoided a copyright strike the entire
Yeah.
episode. You were like, well, let's
That's why
play
we
some
don't-
Tiny Desk.
Yeah. Yeah, we're out here not doing the national anthem to avoid copyright issues.
No,
Hell
it's-
yeah. Well,
I mean, we
let's
can't
see.
avoid it with this. Boy. It's fucking,
Let's see what came after. So okay, so Scott
this week.
did. I'm sorry. I'm just. We're
It's I think it was the Joven thing where we wrote.
is this? Oh, Conrad.
Conrad did advice stuff, which was pretty fun.
Where he's just going for Jay Dilla. He's just like
Yeah.
everything ended with, I just like to go
Sometimes
home,
like
draw a bath, and just listen to Jay Dilla
Yeah,
beats.
light some candles, draw a bath, get in there, and just listen to some fucking Jay Dilla.
and
And then he had Colt in the back.
Colton hit the first sound, like the first cue for the music, but I thought it was so funny him missing the second, and then Conrad saying, "I said I'd go home and listen to some Jay Dilla," and then he also continued not playing it.
He continued not playing it. And then as soon as he started reading the next thing, Colton started playing. He started playing Jay Dilla. And instead of getting mad, Conrad was just like, oh, yeah, there it is.
I had to think about it a lot, so I just had to draw a bath, light some candles, throw on some damn Jay Dilla, and just throw on some damn Jay Dilla. And it set me right, and I fucking fucked that lady. So you should probably go for it. I don't know, nobody's in love anymore anyway. It's fine. Oh, there it is.
Fuck. Listen to that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Also, he has that thing in him, and he did it well this week. Where Necromancer Nick started playing a like somber tune to the advice, and he's like, "Don't need that. He's like, nope, I don't need that. I don't want that. He's like, I'm just challenged straight.
You know, it's tough to feel close to people. You know, in the time when we're all the most connected, we've never felt more far apart.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit.
And it's really tough to just have friends. You know, and I don't need that.
Yeah, I think the next one after this was Joven, and we brought back a fun bit that we like to do sometimes when we don't have people on the show, where we bring them up as a comedian and then we write all of their jokes for them.
Oh, you did a spotlight?
Yeah, comedian spotlight series for Joven.
Yeah, Joven.
Here's my favorite. Let me see if I can find my favorite one for you.
Yo, if I'm here, who's being a fat little girl in a different place?
I feel like because of Banana Phone, so Jack and I also do a panel of another show called Banana Phone, and it's just like making fun of people the whole time. And we've heard so many like deconstructions of like, if you're here, who's whatever. But like, and it's like somewhere else is something that we've said a bunch, but for some reason in another place.
Place.
It's so
really good.
funny to me.
I think that was a Heather one too.
That's so funny.
Heather and
Just being a
Patrick
fat
walked
little
in
girl at
after
another place.
Yeah, after ignoring me all day to see if they would come do the show. They came and watched the show.
Fucking rude.
That's
And
awesome.
I was like, "Can you guys help with this and just write jokes while I
Yeah.
set this up?"
But yeah, that like, if you're here, who's being a fat little girl in another place? It's really beautiful. All right, and then of course an appearance by Donnie Haynes.
First appearance.
By Donnie Haynes and
And
What was- it wasn't-
Steven, it was Steven
Soxworthy.
Soxworthy.
When it
Not
was-
Jeff Soxworthy.
yeah,
That's a
well, I
different
don't understand
sock
why it
puppet.
wasn't
there's-
Jeff Soxworthy.
Because he had it was Conrad.
If it's cool with you guys, I'd like to bring out my good friend, Steven Soxworthy, everyone.
Steven Soxworthy.
Steven Soxworthy.
One thing that I found with these, like, anytime that Donnie Haynes, we're not gonna blow up his spot right now and
No,
say
yeah.
who his hidden identity.
He's
might
Donnie
be.
Haynes. That's
He's
all
Donnie
you need to
Haynes.
know.
Yeah, he's a real guy.
He's a real guy. He's just a sock.
Follow him
Well,
on
it's a guy
Instagram, by the
named
way.
Donnie Haynes with a sock on his hand, obviously. But he's that's pretty much the same as the sock.
Yeah.
He kind of just does himself through a sock. He's
But
shy.
my favorite thing about Donnie Haynes is when he's just like going off of any like script, his thing is to call people sweet and to make very sweet comments the whole time.
Yeah.
That
Be
is
like,
sweet.
what's something that this other guy who's not Donnie Haynes named Grant would
Yeah.
boy is heaven not for two.
Yeah, boy,
It's
is
just-
heaven not for two.
it's such a fucking weird. and
It's always about kisses.
Yeah, it's like-
just
he's like-
one kiss.
yeah,
Maybe you
anytime-
could kill me or
Yeah.
give me a little kiss.
Yeah. Or like whenever Donnie Haynes sings, it's always like, I would just love to be sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I just love that. That's
It's always
where he
about that or being like, it's like
Yeah.
somebody's so like, why are you so
Yeah.
mad at me?
He's
Why
gone.
do you scream?
He's gone into like a very fun goblin arc where
Yeah, the Goblin War.
where he'll mention the great travesties of the Goblin War, and then come right back to sweet kisses from heaven.
Yeah, Donnie rules.
Donnie fucking rules. It's also fun to have like the return crowd because like if like not that it wouldn't work with just any crowd, but like having a return crowd be like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
get really hyped for a sock puppet is so fun.
Donnie Haynes, also one of the best crowd work comics I've ever seen.
Oh, incredible.
Mhm.
Incredible crowd work.
Bitch. We could honestly do so many.
He goes, you bitch. You bitch. He always says it in a very South Park way.
Uh-huh.
You bitch. You absolute bitch.
Shut up, you bitch.
Yeah.
Stop talking retard fuckers.
My favorite is
Except
it's
the
just him
table in
laughing
the
and then-
back.
Just him laughing.
Yeah,
Rips.
he'll do that and then he'll just go, "No, I'm just playing around. Thanks for coming out."
Yeah, and also just in case any of you guys are looking for anything to do, like 4 or 5 months from now.
Yeah.
there's a Donnie Haynes
There's
and
a-
Friends. like
Yeah,
4,
that's
5,
coming
6
up,
months
and
from
that
now.
stuff sneaks up on you. So
It does. There's
Get
gonna be
the-
a lot of special
yeah.
guests.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of people on.
and it's just coming up in
Yeah.
what, like 6-7 months probably.
Yeah, something
Probably.
like that.
It's within the
It's-
next few.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think they're gonna do a couple of them, but
Yeah.
the first one's definitely 4 or 5 months from now.
Yeah, or maybe 7 or 8 or something like that.
Mhm.
The one where this is what lady, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago was like, I don't get it. And he's like, I'm a talking sock. What's not to get? You bitch.
He did
He
the.
goes, you get, hey.
Oh yeah, with the tongue coming out of the mouth is
Hey,
my
just,
favorite.
hey, do you get this? Blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah, dude. Donnie Haynes rips.
Yeah, he's cool. He's yeah.
Donnie
Yeah.
Haynes is another. He's a regular.
Uh-huh.
Donnie Haynes is on most episodes at this point.
Most episodes.
Yeah,
he's
he's a
been
big part
reoccurring
of
for
the
the
show.
past 2 months to promote
Mm-hmm.
Donnie Haynes and Friends.
Which of course
Mm-hmm.
is coming up in just like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You know, you do the circuit.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
to get the word out there.
You gotta get the
Mhm.
promos going.
It's
Yeah.
right around the corner. So
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
And then this one.
not many
did-
tickets left either. So
No, there's not.
hop on them.
It's only about 2,000 left
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
out of the 40,000 seats they have available.
Yeah.
There's 40,000 seats in Sunset Strip
There's
Comedy
40,000
Club. At least it feels that way.
Yeah.
It feels that empty most of the time.
We're gonna see.
That's not fair to say. There are about 2 shows a week that fill it up.
Yeah.
To outsource.
Maybe we're mad. Maybe we're mad because they're not ours. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would make the room feel more full if instead of chairs they use swings. Most of the empty space in the air would have rope going through it. So
Yeah.
just kind of
It just makes sure that if you are behind, you can't. They're just ropes
just
obstructing your view.
180
yeah.
swings, chain swings.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so it's loud. too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's loud as hell.
That's
It's so distracting.
And also, they don't go to the ceiling. They only go part way, and they're on those A-frames, so you can go all the way around.
Yeah, and they're
Yes.
kind of too
Yes.
high off the ground. You got to jump to get them, and your
Yes.
legs hang.
And they're also not spaced out enough for you could go all the way up. You are going to swing right into the person in front of you or behind you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that feels pretty good. I feel like we covered last week's show and went over the gist of what it is. But,
Oh, yeah. This one ended with kind of a different, with the cam thing.
oh, I forgot this ended with that. Hold on, let
Yeah.
me go to it.
Cam came from, he took over the Mothership Instagram page and then robbed me.
Oh yeah.
I thought you owed him money.
Yeah. He came up. There's a point during the Donnie where you see me look behind. It's him giving me 40
you'll see it here, yeah.
$40 to steal. Oh my God. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, he's black.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I
Did
said
you
he
come
was
up with
black.
that on the
Yeah.
spot?
On the
That was
spot.
good.
Yeah. You can't hear it over because there must be something wrong with the audio, but it got a big pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably did.
Uh-huh.
It did. It got a big laugh.
Mhm.
It did. What did Joey say at the end
Rush
of
is
that?
good.
He's just. I said they're all on YouTube. He said unless there's too many dicks and they don't make it.
Oh yeah.
Nope, we post those too.
We post those too.
No, yeah,
And
they all
haven't taken them down.
They all make it on the YouTube. That's one thing about this show.
That probably should
Every
change.
episode
Yeah.
is available for your viewing, no
will
matter
s-
what happened in it.
I will say this to the I don't know whose credit, but the people who scan YouTube videos and look for stuff to be taken down,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if they're watching the first 5 minutes of the show, I doubt very highly they're suspecting with that there will be dicks on a projector screen.
That's how
Yeah,
bad.
it does feel like it's gonna be innocent. You're like, oh, look at these guys coming out and do a little song parody.
Yeah.
That's how bad the show is. It's those guys' job to watch it, and they don't make it all the way through. They go, "No, this one's clean."
one's probably
yeah,
clean.
no, I watched the whole thing.
But yeah, this has been the first one, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna get tighter every time. It's probably gonna be quite a bit shorter, but this one coming in about 40 minutes. I'll probably cut it down a little bit, but yeah, this one's coming in pretty tight but we did the whole intro and everything,
Yeah.
and then we'll keep it going.
Are you gonna cut out that part in the middle where you just started asking us if you could suck our penises on this couch?
Mm-hmm.
No, because because I do want the video evidence that you did say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You kept
I
doing
want it to
that
be
and
known that
then-
if there is a cut in this, that's probably why. Is because at some point Nick was like, please just let me suck both of you off
It was
on
really
this couch."
confusing because he was asking if we'd seen Iron Claw yet. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Well, if you're not gonna let me suck your dick, answer my question."
The
Have
Iron
you
Claw
seen
was
it?
good. Did you guys
Have
see
you
it?
seen it?
It's pretty good. Pretty good movie.
I haven't seen it yet. And
Pretty good
no,
movie, very sad.
also,
No.
also no to the other question.
Yeah, no, you can't suck us off, Nick. You fucking freak. And
But
it's not
what
even,
if I want to?
Nick? Yeah, Nick. The first day we showed up to his place, he said, "Happy Pride Month." Just wait till you see what I've got in store for you in this back room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his mouth.
He
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna fucking give you top.
If that's not a treat, I don't know what is. But thank you
I'm gonna
guys.
stick a candle on my head, light it, start sucking you guys off.
Okay, cool.
You're really good at coming up with little gay fantasies on the fly.
It's not fantasies.
That's really mostly.
You're so fast with them. It's
It's
almost
little-
like you
it's-
already had them ready.
got 'em-
It's
And
goofs
queued
and
up.
ha-has.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine how funny that would be.
Imagine how funny would it be if I was in love with a man.
How quick
I mean,
how quickly you can build a fun little erotic gay world for yourself never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
What
Anyway,
a skill.
hell yeah. That's been the episode. We love you. Bye.